guys, we're gonna do a little bit of recovery stretching here. You've been working hard, I know you have, but you're never gonna be able to stretch your limits if you don't stretch your body. All right, so this is just a nice little simple routine. We'll start from our head, work our way down. So just drop the arms to the side and bring that left ear towards left shoulder as you inhale in. As you exhale, roll the head forward, bringing that right ear towards right shoulder. Set my timer. Get back to the other side. So a lot of the stress and whatnot that we carry, obviously, you carry it in your shoulders. You get tight through the upper back and neck. And what we don't think about really, or what I know most guys don't think about, is how it's all connected. You carry all that stress and strain and tightness in your upper shoulder and back. So much of what you do on a daily basis is using those joints and those muscles right up here. If you're carrying all that stress, the opportunity for your muscles to clench up or seize or throw something out of whack goes way up. Yeah, from here, take your hands up, big inhale up, push through the palms. Trying to extend through the shoulders, through the back here. If you want to drop the head back, you can. Good. Take a big inhale through the nose as you exhale. Let's pull it over to the left. So now we're stretching down that shoulder. You're going to feel through the rib cage all the way down into that hip. As we inhale, bring those hands up and exhale it to the other side. Now you notice if we hold these stretches, we're going to be going for about 20-30 seconds on most of them. That's kind of where you want to be to just kind of get that stretch. Maybe about 5 to 7 deep breaths through. Good. Inhale up and exhale those hands down. Let's bring that right arm over and across. Still working here through the shoulders, upper back. That's it, guys. Now, why is recovery so important? As you switch to the other side. Because you can't be going 100% all the time. You know it. Nothing in your life can be go, go, go. It's gonna break down. It's gonna get sore. Your body's gonna ache. This is how you stay in the game. You continue to stretch, you continue to work, bring those hands together. You continue to focus on recovering, because honestly, you should spend more of your life in a recovery state or a low active state versus kicking your butt every day. And so you're pushing through those palms, separate the shoulder blades and the upper back. Doing this regularly as well not only helps you with slowing down your breathing, which helps with oxygen and blood flow, reducing blood pressure, relieving anxiety, and it helps you from the inside out, really, honestly. I don't know what else to say about it. So, good. Take those hands up again, big inhale up. And forward fold as you exhale down. Reach for the toes. So just trying to fight to keep those legs straight. Take the bend out of your knees. You're working through the hamstrings. Remember, through all these stretches, it's all about just breathing. Big inhales through the nose, deep exhale through the mouth. And the next inhale, roll up. Good, relax it. Let's go back to working those arms specifically. Take that right hand under. You're gonna pull those fingers back towards your forearm here. So keeping our elbow up on the table, nice and flat. You're gonna stretch out this wrist all up into the bicep, brachial chain. If you are a IT guy or do a lot of work at the computer sitting down, a lot of typing, or even a lot of that work with your iPhone or smartphone, yeah, this type of stuff can help you prevent carpal tunnel syndrome, or even if you do have carpal tunnel, can help you get through this, work out some of those kinks. This is an area that gets neglected a lot of the time. Yeah. Good. Take that right arm back behind, reach for the middle of your shoulder blades as you pull down on that elbow, stretching in through that tricep. Take one more big inhale, and as you exhale, release it out, and let's switch to that other side. Guys, I really highly recommend doing one good stretch day like this a week, if not 2 or 3, at least one time minimum, especially if you're not stretching regularly after your workouts and everything. This is just so good for the body, so cleansing, and it's just gonna help you stay active throughout, I promise. So let's go wide with those feet again, and this time come up and over, just get a little bit more stretch now, down in towards that hip. And as you inhale up, switch it to your other side. These side bends are really great for your core. Get a lot of compression through that mid to low back, especially if you carry more of a belly or pooch in front. Kind of pulls that spine forward, and so it creates this compression right through your lower back, because it should be more like that. It gets compressed in and pushes down. That can go travel into your hips, into your groin, your buttocks, lower back, all that area. It's very well connected. Take a big inhale, feet underneath you, and exhale, forward fold. We're gonna continue working our way down. Spend a little time here working through our hip and glute region as we then work down into the legs a little bit deeper. As we hang, just continue to close that gap, chest to thigh or knee to nose. I used to be able to get knee to nose. It's been a while. But that's why you don't stop stretching. We'll get back there. Good. And as you exhale, ragdoll up, roll through your spine. Good. Come on down onto your left knee, right knee forward. Lean into that lunge. So you feel down the front of that left thigh up into the groin. Good. Continue to breathe deep. And good. Sit your weight back. And then leave that right foot straight out in front of you. Just let your hip drop as you stretch the back side of that hamstring down through the calf a little. If you have the flexibility and want to, you can always grab your toe and pull on the toe to get a little bit more into that calf. Stretching, it's all about the ooh, not the ow. So control yourself, feel the stretch, but it's not about feeling the pain. Drive back forward into that runner's lunge or deep lunge as we stretch out in front of that left side. Let's take care of our core a little bit. Place that left hand on the ground and then rotate your chest in towards that right thigh, chin towards your shoulder, looking up your right finger. And as you exhale, lower that hand down, kick the right foot around, bring that other leg through, and let's lean into that lunge. Yeah, stretch out the front of that hip, down into the top of your quad there. And good. As you exhale, sit that weight back. And ease down into a drop in that hip. That's it, guys. See, you're more flexible than you knew. And if you don't feel like you're that flexible right now, just keep doing this. More reason to. Good. Come back forward into that lunge, lean into it. This time, place the right hand on the ground and rotate, twisting through that mid-back. See if you can't get a pop or two out of those shoulder blades or out of that spine. And on that next exhale, bring it on down. Good. All right, guys, we're gonna stay here on our hands and knees. We're just focus on that spine. Start with your shoulders over your wrist, and then your hips over your knees. From here, we're gonna inhale, pushing our spine to the sky, chin towards our chest. And as you exhale, you're gonna drop that belly, pressing towards the ground. Pull the shoulder blades back, drop the head towards the back of the neck. And just match that movement with your breath. And exhale, drop down. So this is cat-cow or cat-camel, depending on, I guess, where you grew up or who you learned under. Good. One more time. Inhale it up around that spine. And exhale it out. Good. From here, just make sure those knees are a little bit wider apart. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Push back and then hands out in front of you. Child's pose. So child's pose is a common relaxation pose in yoga. Or relaxation pose in life, really, honestly. You just really get to stretch out those hips, that groin, and really work your shoulders and back into it. If you increase that stretch through the fingers. And as you exhale, come on forward, lay down, and press your chest up, thighs on the ground, as we go into a cobra pose here. So when you're in cobra, watch for that happening. Your shoulders shrugging up. Keep your shoulders pulled down and back. Chest out, head up. And you can always do this from your forearms too, if you need to, if you have less flexibility through the back. Good. And now push back to your child's pose again. This time we're going to take that right hand, Walk it over towards your left. Pressing out through your right hip. Just taking care of that whole right side and your lat, your obliques, your intercostals. See if it gets into those traps and scapular muscles. Good, take it to the other side. And as you exhale, good, come forward. Just want to give you a little bit of silence there. It's nice to do this in silence. You can kind of focus on clearing your head a little bit more that way. So from here, guys, we're going to push into a downward dog. So hands are about shoulder width apart. As you push your hips towards the sky, you want to keep those legs straight and drive your heels down. So imagine you're trying to close this gap from chest to elbow, or elbows towards knees, whatever you want to imagine. Then just let that head hang, ears between the biceps. Continue to hold and continue to breathe. Remember, anytime it's too tough, you can always just come on down out of that into that child's pose. Okay? But let's come back up into that downward dog if you're still there. And from here, we're going to take that right leg under and across, and we're pushing our hips down and back. So we're going to work through that outer hip in that medial glute. Now, lots of times, that'll be the tendency. You want to roll your hip down to the ground. Try to stay up, shoulders over hips, okay? And this is a pigeon pose. If you got really good flexibility, you can always lay down to try to hold that a little bit deeper. Of course, you can always stay up on your hands as we just were. And let's lift back into that downward dog. So when you're in downward dog, I'll show you from the front. You gotta think about those hands. You got starfish fingers, what my beautiful wife likes to call them. So spread those fingers wide, index finger pointing forward, pushing back. Let's bring that other leg through left side for our pigeon. So bring it under, and we're sitting the hips back. So we're gonna hold this one for a moment here. As we talk about recovery, guys, we all have to go through recovery one way or another, not just in our workouts, but often in life. You know, maybe we're dealing with some drama with our wives, or maybe our kids are wreaking havoc. Maybe our kids got in trouble at school. Maybe the job's not as pretty as you make it look or talk about. Maybe the stress is building up. You gotta find time to recover. You gotta find time for yourself. Without that, you'll never learn, you'll never get back on track. Let's push back up into that downward dog. Good, and as you exhale, we're gonna drop on down. All right, guys, bring it around on to your bottoms. We're gonna kick that right leg straight out in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. Big inhale up, and then exhale, forward fold, reaching out for that foot, toe, whatever you can grab, pulling yourself down towards that knee. So remember, take the bend out of your knee here. We don't want to be up there. Take it down. If you need to, grab your shin. If you can't get all the way to the bottom of your foot. Let's exhale, bring it up. Switch it to your other side. Same thing. Inhale up and forward fold. So guys, just 20 minutes of stretching, 3 times a week. It can just take you leaps and bounds further into getting more from your workouts. Do not neglect this. Don't just rush through your stretch routines or recoveries after your workouts. Take your time. Give it the importance it's due. Both feet out in front. Big inhale up this time. And exhale, forward fold. Recovery is never the flashy one. But it's how it is in life. It's not the flashy ones that matter. It's all the small, insignificant ones, moments that add up, build up. It's putting in the work that doesn't get any of the glitz or glam, but it helps you get all the glory. So that's it, guys. Like I said, take time to recover, take care of your bodies, they'll take care of you, and keep on working 1% better each and every day. That's our motto, that's our credo, so let's go live it. See you next time.